Warning: this podcast contains mature content and is intended for adult listeners only. The events depicted in this podcast are purely fictional and are not based on real-time events or people. Any similarities to actual events or individuals are purely coincidental. This podcast contains explicit language, mature content, and discussions of sensitive topics. It is intended for mature audiences only. The content of this podcast is for entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as factual information. Listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to an Adam GT2 podcast. We hope you enjoy this podcast and leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
Previously on Life Before the Facility Podcast Edition. Matthew had crafted a plan to sabotage the Combine's superweapon, a device that could potentially tip the scales decisively in favor of the Combine in their ongoing conflict with the Rebel Alliance. And now we continue in Matthew's journey as we dive into the thrilling story.
Matthew knew that the mission was perilous, but he was determined to carry it out. He had infiltrated the Combine's innermost ranks, risking everything to ensure the weapon never saw the light of day. As he ventured deeper into the heart of the Combine's operations, Matthew's disguise and covert communication skills were put to the ultimate test. He had to stay vigilant and avoid suspicion at all costs. Meanwhile, back in the Rebel Alliance's hidden base, the absence of their leader weighed heavily on their minds. They had received no communication from Matthew in weeks, and his fate was shrouded in uncertainty.
We haven't heard from Matthew in far too long. We can only hope that he's still out there, gathering vital information.
He knew the risks when he took on this mission. We must have faith in his abilities.
Matthew, however, was far from idle. He had managed to infiltrate the facility where the superweapon was being developed, gathering crucial data that would allow the rebels to disrupt the Combine's plans. But as he attempted to sabotage the weapon, he encountered unexpected obstacles and resistance from within the Combine's own ranks.
This mission is proving to be more challenging than I could have ever imagined, but I can't back down now.
Matthew's determination and resourcefulness were pushed to their limits as he navigated the treacherous corridors of the Combine facility. Finally, after weeks of covert work, Matthew successfully sabotaged the superweapon. It was a pivotal moment that could change the course of their struggle against the Combine. But the mission had taken its toll on him both physically and mentally. He was exhausted and isolated, facing the constant threat of exposure. As he made his way back to the safety of the Rebel Alliance's base, the Combine's suspicions grew, and their pursuit intensified. Matthew had successfully sabotaged the Combine's superweapon, a feat that could change the course of the rebellion. As he returned to the safety of the Rebel Alliance's hidden base, the weight of his accomplishments and the challenges he had faced weighed heavily on him.
Matthew, your mission was a success. You've saved countless lives and dealt a severe blow to the Combine's plans.
We can't thank you enough for your dedication and sacrifice.
The rebel leaders congratulated Matthew for his bravery and effectiveness as an undercover spy. His actions had provided the Alliance with a crucial advantage in their ongoing struggle against the Combine.
Thank you, but my time as an undercover spy is over. I have another role in mind.
Matthew's response surprised the rebel leaders. They had expected him to continue in his undercover role, given his success. But Matthew had a different aspiration.
I want to become one of the rebel leaders. I've seen the impact we can have, and I want to be part of shaping our strategy and guiding our people.
Your ambition is admirable, Matthew. But becoming a rebel leader is a significant responsibility. It requires more than just bravery and determination.
You still have much to learn and experience before you can take on such a role.
The rebel leaders respected Matthew's wishes and acknowledged his potential, but they were also realistic about the challenges of leadership.
We'll support your aspiration, Matthew. But for now, we believe you need more training and experience to be fully prepared for a leadership position.
You've already proven yourself in many ways, and we have no doubt you'll continue to excel in whatever role you choose.
Matthew's path forward was clear. He would continue to train, learn, and gain the experience necessary to one day become a rebel leader. As the rebellion's struggle against the Combine intensified, Matthew threw himself into his training, honing his skills in strategy, diplomacy, and leadership. The rebel leaders watched his progress closely, and as time passed, they saw the potential they had recognized in Matthew continue to blossom.
Matthew, you've shown remarkable growth and dedication. We believe it's time to give you more responsibilities within the Alliance.
Your journey towards becoming a rebel leader is well underway.
Matthew's journey continued as he assumed new roles and responsibilities within the Rebel Alliance. The path to leadership was challenging, but he embraced every opportunity to grow and learn. As Matthew continued to train and gain experience within the Rebel Alliance, he found himself taking on new and increasingly important roles within their ranks.
Every day I learn something new, and every challenge we face brings us closer to victory. I'm determined to make a difference.
Matthew's determination was evident to everyone around him. The rebel leaders saw his potential and trusted him with crucial responsibilities, from planning strategic operations to negotiating with other resistance groups in neighboring regions.
Matthew, you've proven yourself time and again. Your strategic insight and diplomatic skills have been invaluable to our cause.
We believe you're ready for even greater responsibilities.
Matthew's growth was not just limited to his skills as a leader. He also formed strong bonds with his fellow rebels, becoming a source of inspiration and motivation for those around him. Dr. Elena Vasquez, who had been a close ally from the beginning, continued to support Matthew's development, providing him with cutting-edge technology and inventions to aid in their ongoing fight.
Your leadership is vital, Matthew. With your guidance, we're closer than ever to dismantling the Combine's grip on our world.
Despite their successes, the Rebel Alliance faced new and more complex challenges from the Combine. The enemy was adapting, and their oppression grew harsher. Matthew and the rebel leaders understood that the final battle against the Combine was fast approaching. Their determination to free their world from tyranny burned brighter than ever.
We've come so far, but the hardest part of our journey still lies ahead. We must prepare for the ultimate showdown with the Combine.
As Matthew continued to hone his leadership skills, he knew that the fate of their world depended on their unity and resolve. The Rebel Alliance was more determined than ever to bring an end to the Combine's reign of terror. The Rebel Alliance, under Matthew's growing leadership, had been diligently preparing for their ultimate showdown with the Combine. Their strategy was meticulous, their resolve unshakable.
We've been through countless trials and tribulations, and now we stand on the precipice of our final battle against the Combine. Every decision we make now could determine the fate of our world.
As the rebel leaders discussed their plans, Matthew's role in shaping strategy and providing guidance became increasingly prominent.
Matthew, your insights have been invaluable. Your leadership skills have grown immensely, and we're proud to have you as part of our command structure.
Your dedication to our cause is unwavering.
Matthew had come a long way from his days as an undercover spy within the Combine. Now he was a respected leader among the rebels, someone others looked up to for guidance and inspiration. Dr. Elena Vasquez, who had been Matthew's ally from the very beginning, continued to provide technological support to the Rebel Alliance. Her inventions and innovations had proven instrumental in their struggle.
We're on the cusp of something extraordinary, and I'm proud to contribute to our fight. Together we can turn the tide.
But the Combine was not resting. Their forces grew more oppressive, and they continued to develop new and deadly weapons. The Rebel Alliance faced difficult decisions regarding the safety of their hidden base. With the Combine closing in, they had to choose whether to fortify their defenses or relocate to a new, safer location.
Our base has been our sanctuary, but if we stay, we risk discovery. We must consider moving to ensure our survival.
The decision to relocate was not made lightly, but ultimately, the rebels knew that they had to adapt and continue their fight against the Combine. Matthew's leadership was put to the test as the Rebel Alliance made their move to a new, hidden base. The transition was challenging, but it was a necessary step in their preparations for the final battle. The Rebel Alliance had made their preparations, relocating to a new, hidden base and fortifying their defenses. Matthew had played a pivotal role in shaping their strategy and providing guidance as they readied themselves for the ultimate battle against the Combine.
The time has come for us to confront the Combine head-on. We've endured so much, and now we must fight with everything we have.
The rebel leaders gathered to discuss their plans, their determination unwavering in the face of the looming battle.
This is the moment we've been working toward. Our intelligence suggests that the Combine is preparing for a massive assault.
We must be ready to defend our world and liberate it from their tyranny.
Dr. Elena Vasquez continued to provide technological support, ensuring that the rebels had the best possible equipment for the battle ahead.
Our inventions will give us an edge, but it's your leadership and determination that will see us through.
As the rebels braced themselves for the Combine's assault, Matthew's role as a leader became increasingly prominent. He was a source of inspiration, a symbol of hope for those who had fought alongside him. The day of the climactic battle arrived, and the Rebel Alliance stood united, ready to face the Combine's forces. The skies were filled with the roar of dropships as the enemy descended upon them. The battle was fierce and unrelenting. The rebels fought with everything they had, their determination to free their world from Combine oppression burning brighter than ever. Matthew led his fellow rebels with unwavering resolve, making strategic decisions on the front lines and inspiring those around him to stand strong.
We fight not just for ourselves, but for the future of our world. Hold the line!
The battle raged on, with casualties mounting on both sides. It was a test of wills, a battle for freedom and the survival of their world. Despite the overwhelming odds, the rebels refused to back down. The tide of the battle began to turn as they used their knowledge of the terrain and the technological innovations provided by Dr. Elena Vasquez to gain the upper hand. As the final moments of the battle unfolded, the Rebel Alliance stood victorious. The Combine's forces had been defeated, and the Rebel flag flew high over the battlefield. Their world had been liberated, and the Combine's tyranny was finally brought to an end. Matthew and the Rebel leaders had led their people to victory. In the aftermath of the battle, there was a sense of relief and hope. The Rebel Alliance had overcome incredible odds to achieve their goal. Matthew's journey, from an undercover spy to a respected rebel leader, had reached its climax. He had played a crucial role in their victory, and his dedication to the cause had never wavered.
In our next episode of Life Before the Facility, podcast edition, we will explore the challenges of rebuilding their world and securing a better future for all. The story of Matthew Alexander and the Rebel Alliance is far from over, and new adventures await.
Life Before the Facility, podcast edition, is a production of Adam GT2 and Adam GT Studios on YouTube. Stay tuned for more podcast stories of resilience, courage, and the enduring human spirit while you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and that bell icon for more awesome Adam GT2 content. Goodbye for now, and may the spirit of rebellion live on. And here is a quick message to our listeners while we say goodbye for now.
Excited to have your AI requests featured on the Adam GT2 YouTube channel? Simply drop a comment on our latest post and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more awesome content like this. Your input matters to us.
This has been an Adam GT Studios production.